So, this is the lecture series on cybersecurity, that is Introduction to Cybersecurity. And today our topic is malware analysis and the methodology for it. Myself, Dr. Bora. So, let's start today's class. So, what is malware analysis methodology? Okay, so means why we do need it. We'll see why actually we have to analyze the malwares and what are the different methodologies available for that. First of all, malware analysis methodology is the one which determines whether a program has a malicious plan or not. And about the malicious plan, what is actually meant by it, I have illustrated it, described it in my last lecture. So, actually, this malware analysis methodology is a forensic analysis tool for defense against the malware. And you all know that malware is very harmful for our important files, our system, isn't it? So, now malware analysis methodology actually involves two tasks. Do remember it that it involves two tasks. First one is detection and second one is examination. Of course, first of all, you have to detect that your system has been impacted by some malware. Then examination is needed to find out its type and possible measures against it, isn't it? So it involves two tasks, detection and examination. And this type of methodology takes two inputs. First is a signature or behavioral parameters of a given code. You can take a screenshot of this. This is very important. So first is a signature or behavioral parameters of a given code. And the second is the program under investigation. So these two inputs will be taken by any malware analysis methodology. Now, we have different strategy for malware analysis. They are static or code analysis, dynamic or behavioral analysis, and hybrid analysis. First, coming to the static or code analysis. Static or code analysis is the way towards investigating the program by inspecting it. Means you are going to inspect the program to find out the particular kind of malware being infected. Means who is infects our systems. Okay. So for instance, the software code of the malware exposes how malware's capacities work. And in this malware analysis methodology, it uses reverse engineering. Well, reverse engineering is a very important concept. I have repeated this many times in my lectures. So go and find out some cases, means some cases means some case study regarding reverse engineering. Debugger and source code analyzer tools understand the structure of the malware. So basic state or code analysis is this one. Then coming to the next one, that is dynamic or behavioral analysis. This is also very important because this is the examination of a contaminated code or file during its execution. You may underline this, that is during its execution. And infected files are in a simulated environment like a virtual machine and sandbox. And you all know that what is virtual machine, isn't it? So malware analysis methodology researchers distinguish the general behavior of the file during this simulation time in a simulated environment, means in our virtual machine that we have particularly created for this type of dynamic or behavioral analysis. So you may note down that virtual machine is very much needed for dynamic or behavioral analysis. Okay, so during the execution of a file, means of that particular file under investigation, this type of methodology observes the system interaction of that file. Okay, so what are the advantages of dynamic analysis? The advantage of dynamic analysis is that it analyzes the known as well as unknown new malware. As you know, this is done at the time of execution, so you may face known as well as unknown type of malwares. And it's easy to identify the unknown malware. Also, dynamic analysis can analyze the complicated changeable malware by watching their behavior. That's why dynamic analysis is also known as behavioral analysis. This malware analysis methodology is more time consuming. You can say this is one disadvantage. It requires as much as time to set up the environment for malware analysis methodology. As you all know that the virtual machine environment or sandboxes, it takes time to first what set up this. Okay, first to create the virtual machine and then configure it with respect to this particular type of analysis. It takes times. Then we have hybrid analysis, and this methodology beats the limitation of static and dynamic malware analysis. Okay, and it analyzes the signature specification of any malware code. Then it consolidates it with the other behavioral parameters. So it is for the improvement of the malware analysis methodology, because in this case we are considering the advantageous part of both static and dynamic analysis, and we try to beat the limitation of both of them. Then why malware analysis? Why we are carrying out this type of analysis? As you all know that malware is a critical risk to the client's PC system, and these risk factors are what? Stealing classified data or disabling or corrupting security framework. And security analysis use a malware analysis tool to handle this type of dangers. And it can be static, dynamic, or hybrid, as we have already seen or already gone through their characteristics. Their relative study and existing malware analysis methodology are parts of their learning. And current days, data mining and machine learning overcome the disadvantages of the malware analysis methodology. And believe me, machine learning is the very important part of the current days research and current days applications. Okay, you all should learn it. And my lecture on machine learning is going on with respect to practical implementation in Python. Go and attend it. Nowadays, so security analysis are using this type of advanced machine learning based analysis, malware analysis. So this is the reason we need malware analysis. So guys, one example for this type of malware analysis is the Komodo forensic analysis. And this is a forensic analysis tool that recognizes the malware. You just remember this name. Okay. And this analysis enables the organization to check their frameworks for malware. And all malware surrenders to this Komodo forensic analysis. It can enable organization to improve their security posture too. So go and have some case study on Komodo forensic analysis. So guys, today we have discussed the different strategies for malware analysis. And first of all, we have begun that what is the actually we are doing from malware analysis methodology. Okay, and then we come to some what I can say that the advantages and disadvantages of these different types of analysis. Now coming to today's question. Today's question is that